Hello, this is NinjaBob and welcome back to episode 25 of Hollow Mountain. And I keep talking about starting these episodes at night, but it's never quite night time. It's always the sun just going down and you never get a proper view of it. So I've decided to wait for proper night time. The sun has just disappeared. So yeah, we're going to turn around and have a little look at this and let you see the glow coming out the top through our glass roof. While we're doing that, I need to give you a little bit of an update really. First of all, you know what, I need to give you a big update. There's been lots of things going on in the last week. You may have noticed it's been about a week actually since the last upload. Just over a week ago we did our first live streams on this channel and they went really well. We did 2 in a day. The second one in particular was a bit of a moment for me because I actually did face cam, and yes, it was a very small face cam and it was sort of mostly transparent, but you know, next time I'll try and do it a little bit bigger and be a little bit braver. But yeah, it's the first time I've ever done it and I wasn't sure how it would go, but it seemed to go okay. The live streams were really good fun. Everybody seemed to enjoy them, and there you go, there's the mountain glowing. I think that qualifies as proper night time now. The moon is definitely up. There you go. No two ways about it, and the mountain looks just as beautiful at night as it does during the day. But let's get inside quick before creepers come along and make it stop looking beautiful. So yeah, I guess the update I need to give you first of all is an explanation as to why it's been a week since you've seen any episodes or live streams, because like I say, the live streams went really well, and I was really excited about them, to be honest. I was really pleased with the way it went and was looking forward to doing even more, and was planning on doing, maybe a couple a week, maybe more than that even. But yeah, that was the Monday. And towards the end of that second live stream, I think I mentioned during the live stream that my throat was really starting to hurt. But I thought it was from the live streams. I'd done 2 hours worth of live streaming, talking non-stop in that time, and thought, I've made my voice sore. And that was kind of true. But it turns out that actually I was about to be struck down with, I don't know exactly what, but something like laryngitis or possibly sinusitis, I'm not sure. The bottom line is that I've been incredibly ill over the last week or so. And in particular, it's really stopped me from talking, to the point where anybody that was around on, I'm losing track of what day it was now, Good Friday, of course it was Good Friday this week. I tried to do another live stream. I thought I'd try and get back into the swing of it. I felt okay. The worst of the sinus thing had gone and my headaches had cleared and stuff, and I thought I'd give it a go. But I was talking for no more than about 10 minutes and my voice started to dry up and I started coughing and snotting and it was horrible. I've ended up deleting the live stream now so that you can't even see it. But it went really badly. Apparently I'm still not well. And to be honest, I still don't feel well right now, but I figured that doing episodes wouldn't be so much of a problem, because if I start coughing or snotting, I'll pause the video. I'll cut it out. It's not a problem. In live streams, you don't have that luxury. If you start coughing and spluttering in a live stream, then you cough and splutter and everybody can see it and hear it. So yeah, right. So that's the main reason why there's been a big delay between episodes. The reason that I'm sort of hanging around out here and not going into the mountain is because, well, I've been really ill. That stopped me from making videos, but it hasn't stopped me from playing Minecraft. I've played a lot of Minecraft in the last week. I play a lot of Minecraft all the time, to be fair. But there have been some big developments over the last week. And I need to sort of show them to you bit by bit because, I fear you may have missed a few things. So first of all, we had our house invaders at the end of the last episode. Do you remember Anfield Angel accidentally, and I'm putting accidentally in those little invisible quote marks, accidentally let the villagers into my house and caused absolute chaos. And I mentioned that I don't know why, they were obsessed with my house, all the different houses they could live in, and they were obsessed with mine. They kept sort of coming up against the windows here. They'd come and stand against these windows here and the ones over the opposite side, and I suddenly had a brainwave that I could make it stop instantly just by taking the doors away. I took the doors off of my house and just left it at this gate, and guess what? They don't see it as a house anymore. They're not interested in my house in the slightest. There is a door through there, but I guess it's too far away for them to detect. That doesn't bother them. All they know is that there's no way into this house. They don't see it as a house. They're not interested in this house. So the next mission became, right, well, we need to start thinking about giving them more places to go. So I've done that as well, and I will get back to the train station because we were doing that in the last episode as well. I've got this door thing up again. This is going to go again. We may even take this down today during the episode. We're going to get rid of this. I just wanted to breed some more villagers. I've got all the villagers I think I need, to be honest. We'll get onto villagers in a minute because that's one of the other big developments. But I'm missing one in particular. I want a weaponsmith. I've got everything except a weaponsmith, and I want one. So I've got them back, trying to get them breeding again. That's why all the doors are up everywhere. So I've done that just now. But anyway. places for the villagers to live. So I was looking for somewhere for the villagers to live other than my house. Now, I've obviously taken the doors away, that fixed that, but then where did they go? Well, at the moment, all they're interested in is this thing, because it's like door heaven for these guys. But I decided to make this little house. Now, I've got to be honest, I can't remember the name of the YouTuber that I saw that did this design. I will try and find it when I upload this video, and if I can, I will put a link in the description. It wasn't a big YouTuber, to be honest. It was someone with quite a small number of subscribers, a lot more than me, but everybody's got more than me. But he's got quite a small following, and he deserves a bigger one, to be honest, because the design of this house was really, really cool. And he did this little tutorial video that I followed, and I've done my own twist on it. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, it's I think it's really cool. In particular, what drew me to it, to be fair, was the grass on the roof. He had a load of dirt blocks up on the roof, and then he bone milled it all, so it was all covered in long grass and tall grass, and the flowers and everything. And I just think it makes it look really, really cool. And it's the tiniest house in the world. I mean, for all its fanciness, it is only 3x3 in here, but the villagers seem to love it. At one point, before I put all these doors down, at one point, all of the villagers came in here. So it was quite funny. They came in and they got to the point where they, a bit like this guy, got sort of caught up on each other and ended up getting pushed up the ladder. So yeah, every now and then you do find villagers up here. They do make their way up the ladder. I've just done that. That's who's that up there? That's our butcher. No, that's our leather worker up there. We do have some really, really good villagers now. We do. I've managed to sort out all the best ones and keep them behind. All the duff ones, the rejects, have been sent over to the iron farm. But yeah, I suppose that should... Well, actually, let's talk about going over to the farm first of all, because that's had a bit of an update as well. So we're going to go and talk about that for a minute. But this train station, we finished it off. I more or less did this in the video, to be fair. All I've added really is the wooden roof. We ran out of time because of the house invaders. But all I did was put just a sloped roof on it out of dark oak slabs, and that's basically it. The only other thing I have changed is I've put a walkway in, a staircase in, because this thing keeps glitching out. It's driving me crazy, actually. Let's see if we can get it to work first time. You got a little hint of the glitch there, though. Did you see it? You actually got it all went transparent, and you could see the pistons and the slime and everything. But that's not the glitch. That's not a problem. It still works. It just looks a bit funny. The glitch is this. Let's see if it does it. I bet it doesn't do it. Oh, there we go. That's the glitch. Now, you can see me jiggling around there. But worse than that, I can't move. I can't move an inch in any direction. And yeah, it goes absolutely bonkers. So you push the button again. And there you go, that works. It seems to work. It's better on the way down than it is on the way up. But going up, it drove me insane. And I was going backwards and forwards. And in the end, I just gave up and built a little staircase that goes around here. Hopefully at some point, whatever glitch it is that's causing that will get fixed and we can use the elevator. Because I think the elevator looks really, really cool. I'm really pleased with the way that turned out. But yeah, if it doesn't work, then there's not much point, is there? So we were looking at the train station, weren't we? Remember we started talking about arches. I can't remember how far we got, to be honest. I've more or less finished this thing. There's some finishing touches, I think, at some point. Up here we've got a little sign because that takes us to the iron farm. And that one takes us to the zombie farm. We're going to have other lines, and we've got other things to build now because, well, at the moment, this train track takes us to the iron farm, but it takes us to some new locations as well, which you guys won't have seen yet. So I guess let's go and do the iron farm first, because that's had an update, and the reason that's had an update is, again, more glitches, more glitches, which have been driving me mad, actually, over the last week or so. Just things not quite working the way they're meant to work. And it's nothing major, and I guess you could argue that, you know, I'm pushing the limits of the game a little bit, and maybe that's why it's starting to break. But do you remember during the last episode, we went over to the iron farm? Oh, you got a little glimpse there of one of the new things. Do you remember we went over to the iron farm? When we got over to the iron farm, there was an iron golem that had fallen out of the iron, of the spawning area. Do you remember that? He was stuck in the glass and on the slabs. So I've been playing with that. The iron farm's working. It is working incredibly well, actually. Really, really well now. Look at how much iron we've got. I've not emptied this once since the day we built it. I've let this just fill up. So yeah, we are close to filling up a double chest with iron. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's just head over here. Jump into this boat, and then we can get a look back. Now, what I did in the last video, what I did is I built some walkways around the outside of there, and I put some little farming areas in the corners. If you remember, I had dirt blocks, and we tilled and irrigated it so that they could plant their food and feed each other, because that's what helps them breed. And I was trying to get them to breed up there, but it was those little walkways that were causing the golems to glitch, and they were occasionally glitching. That one we saw in the video was the first time it happened, but it wasn't the only time. It happened several times. Several golems falling down into the ocean that I had to go and kill by hand. But worse than that, the villagers started to glitch into the spawning area. So I don't know how, because it's a solid wall between them and that spawning area, but they were falling into the water trap and getting pushed down, and every now and then I'd get a villager in there burning in lava. So I was losing villagers that way. And then they wouldn't breed. Couldn't get them to breed, and then the golems would go wrong again. So anyway, I got online, I started looking around at different people's designs. Now, my design is fairly standardised, I guess. We've gone for the 2 rows of doors, which not everybody does. Some people just go with single layer of doors. But I was trying to get as many villagers up here as I possibly could. But breeding them up here is a really bad idea. Really what we need to do is breed them elsewhere and then transport them over there. So that's what we did. Over at the mountain, all those rejects I was talking about. I've been breeding loads of villagers, sorting out the ones I want to keep. The ones I don't want to keep, I was sticking them in a minecart and pinging them over here. And I've sent over, well, there's more than 20 villagers over here now. So let's just have a quick look from underneath here. There's only 4 or 5 in that one, but I think you'll find, yeah, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that one. So that's 12 so far. This is the busy one. I think this has got 9 in it. Yep, look, it's got 9 villagers in that one. I've lost count already. But yeah, I think that's, and with that lot there, and in fact, they have, there's a baby there. They're breeding. They're actually breeding, and I believe it. After I've just said they don't breed up here. Yeah, they do. That, or they will. And yeah, they have done. Right, going to have to excuse me. I'm going to cut ahead for a second because I've got a coughing fit coming. Ah, there we go, and by the magic of video editing, you didn't hear any of that. Unlike my live stream, I can now keep my coughing fits to myself. I am very, like I say, I'm still not well, but well enough to show you this lot. So, the iron farm is working now perfectly, and what I've done here with the pods around the outside, I've made them slightly bigger than they were. Before they were only 2x4, now they're 3x4, so slightly bigger, and used water streams to push them into the middle. That stops them going against the walls, which seems to, touch wood, it seems to have stopped them from glitching through the walls and falling out of the thing. 1 or 2 also fell out in this direction, to be fair. I come over here a couple of times and found villagers bobbing around in the water. Which was really awkward because I couldn't get them back up there. So a lot of the time I was having to kill them as well. So yeah, it wasn't ideal at all. But it does seem to be working now. Seems to be working very well. The pods now are as per the design by Skippy6 Gaming. He's got an Iron Golem farm on his channel. If you check his out, the design again is a bit different to mine, but the pods are pretty much his. That's exactly how he does them, with the water streams pushing the villagers into the middle. And you can see they're all sort of gathered up there in the middle, and that's perfect. That stops them from glitching. So yeah, the Iron Farm I think is finally 100% complete. And look at the amount of flowers we're getting out of this thing. I don't know what else to do with the flowers, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's useful for red dye, but apart from that, they're no use whatsoever. But look, we've got 6 stacks of them, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 9, 20, 36 stacks of iron. We have got plenty of iron. So we are iron rich now. We are also emerald rich. Now, I mentioned this in the failed live stream, so if you didn't see it live at the time, you wouldn't know about this. But we have got a ridiculous amount of emeralds now, and we've done it through a couple of different ways, to be honest. We've done it, first of all, through the zombie farm. We were going over to the zombie farm and gathering up rotten flesh, and then trading the life out of it. But then, we decided to come over here and build ourselves a pumpkin farm. I don't know if you noticed one of the farmers that we had over there. He was... He did trades for carrots, he did trades for wheat, but he also did trades for pumpkins, and he does a very good trade for pumpkins. Only 9 pumpkins will get you an emerald. Now, we already had a little mini pumpkin farm. If you remember, down by the slime farm, a little semi-automatic one, it was only growing 4 at a time, but it was working very well. While we've been busy making videos and stuff, and building up our world, I'd sat and gathered up about 20 or 30 stacks of pumpkins. So I went and traded all of those with the villager and decided that, yep, this is definitely a good thing. We need more. We definitely need more. So I come over here, and this orange one here is a pumpkin farm. This one on the left here is a melon farm, and I'm hoping that it will go off. It's on a timer, so we may not see anything grow. But here we go, there's a melon grown there. Let's stand just about here, and hopefully while I'm talking we'll see this do its thing. It's on a timer, but yeah, it basically breaks the melons automatically, and then it gathers them up. And if you're wondering about the location where we are stood directly underneath the iron farm. So the idea is that if you were going to go AFK somewhere, you'd come and stand AFK here, and that would make sure that the iron farm kept running, but also this farm keeps running. So it's not going to go, is it? It's not going to go. I want to go and sort of check the timers to see how long there is until it goes again, but I know the second I turn away, it's going to go, isn't it? It's going to go. Is it going to go? And there we go. I decided to stay AFK for a second, or stand still for a second, and yeah, cut the video ahead. So you saw it go. There weren't actually any pumpkins on there at that time, but yeah, you saw how the pistons work. Basically, it pulls the dirt away, and then pushes the pumpkin or the melon down. And then underneath there is a water stream pushing all the goodies down this way. I think that one just went, didn't it? Yep, look, there it goes. We caught it just in time. Just in time, we saw it. So yeah, that's pushing down. Down here, we're going to have a storage area. We haven't actually finished this off yet, but this is where the stuff is landing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks of melons. And look at that. Look at all the pumpkins you get. Pumpkins are better, to be honest, because we can trade the melons as well, but obviously you only get broken up melons, and you have to rebuild them back into melons, so they take up a lot more space in terms of storage, but also it takes a lot longer to gather them up. If I went and we've got sort of 7 or 8 stacks of each thing here, but that one, when I convert it into actual melons rather than melon slices, there'll only be sort of 2 stacks, whereas that we have 7 or 8 stacks already, so that's really, really good. Over there in the far side is a sugarcane farm. Now, sugarcane's slightly less needed. We don't need quite as much sugar. Certainly not for trading, but for making pumpkin pies and cakes and stuff like that, it's good, and also for making books. And we have been enchanting tons and tons of books lately. We really have, because, well, you can see my XP levels again. Look at the XP I've got. It's up to 41, and that's a combination of using the XP farms, but also doing loads and loads of trading. You get XP from trading with villagers. So this is another one that's on a timer. The timer is back here. It's built on a hopper clock. Oh, I can't see it. It's tucked in the corner. But yeah, it basically just every few minutes or so, it just pushes out and breaks any sugar that it can see and down into the water stream. And that part there is very similar to what's underneath these things. But yeah, so that's the automatic farms. And like I say, that's good for food, but mostly it's good for trading. It is really, really good for trading. And we have made ourselves very, very rich. But nothing has made me quite as rich as what I've discovered down here. Down here, I had Enfield Angel in the game with me while we were doing these farms, and we were helping each other out and stuff, but I decided to go off exploring because I wanted to try and find some more spawners, and find one I did. I found one just down here. Now I've already converted it into an automatic farm. This one doesn't do XP, although I might do something for XP at some point with this, but really what this one is for string. Now in here is a spider spawner. You can see it in there. Got to be a little bit careful, but you can hear them dying already, can't you? You can hear them dying. Yeah, exactly what you'd imagine, really. There's a water stream down underneath there. You can just about see it. The spiders are pushed forward onto the cactuses, and as they get pushed forward, what you occasionally get, I've had about 4 or 5 spider jockeys as well. So I had to make this layer is only 1 cactus tall. The next layer is 2 cactuses tall. That's for the spider jockeys, because what was happening was the spiders were getting killed, but the skeletons were surviving. So I had to make it 2 tall so that the skeletons also get killed. But what that means is every now and then the cactuses will try to grow, and they can't, so they break, so they fall into the hoppers. We get bones and arrows in the hoppers, but we also get string. Now at the moment, I've literally just emptied this out, so we've only got 6 bits of string. We've got a couple of bows and arrows. Not bows and arrows, bones and arrows, I should say. But yeah, this thing fills up in... Well, okay, it doesn't fill up. I would say it's hard to say exactly how quick it does. I've not timed it. But I left my machine on overnight a couple of days ago. I just stood here on this platform and just left myself AFK, went to bed. When I woke up in the morning, this chest was absolutely chock-a-block. Could not get another thing in it. In fact, it was starting to back up the hoppers. So as I was emptying it out, it was refilling from the hoppers behind it instantly. So yeah, there was a double chest full of string, which I then took over and traded with our Fletcher. We've got a Fletcher back over at the Hollow Mountain. Traded with him and got just a ridiculous amount of emeralds. And he's a pain, to be honest, because what happens is when you trade the string trade with him, every now and then it runs out. So you have to do his other trades with him. But I did so many trades with this guy. So it's such a ridiculous amount of trades with him that his other trades started to run out. At one point, he had 0 trades. He had 0 trades for us. It was absolutely mad. But yeah, eventually, after a little while, they come back and you're able to trade with them again. And yeah, I can't remember exactly what we've got, but we have got more emeralds than we're ever going to need. And the great thing is, what that means is that we're going to be able to use our armourer to give us armour from now on. We're not going to need to use diamonds for that, especially bearing in mind that, you know, I tend to wear a bit of chainmail. I do love a bit of chainmail, as you know. So yeah, I've got a constant source of chainmail from this guy. We've also got a toolsmith who will give us pickaxes, and they've only got efficiency 1 on them, but we're getting so many XP levels that we can go and enchant the books. So we can enchant books so that we can basically just, I mean, look at the stuff that I've managed to put on my boots and my helmet here. Look at this, right? Depth Strider 3 we've got now. We've also got Feather Falling 3, Protection 3 and Unbreaking 3. The only thing left really to put on that is Feather Falling 4. So I'm working towards that at the moment. Look at the helmet as well. Unbreaking 3, Protection 3. We've got Aqua Affinity and Respiration on it. So that's absolutely awesome. My chest plate is absolutely awesome. Leggings are pretty average. But yeah, I'm doing it all through trades. I'm doing it all through trades now. So rather than doing worrying about diamonds, I mean, diamonds you still need. I can't make axes or spoons out from the villagers. So I'm going to need to make those. But they're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap to make. You only need 1 diamond for a spoon, so I'm not worried about that at all. Basically, by having all these emeralds, I'm basically rich. I'm basically going to be able to have whatever I want forevermore, which is absolutely bonkers when you think about it. I mean, it's emeralds has always been, you know, one of those things where, well, for me, I really wanted to get like a stack of emeralds. That was like a little mini ambition, a little mini goal I'd set for myself. But look at this. Look at this. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full stacks of emeralds. Now you think about that in terms of the try. I mean, look at the books we've managed to get, because the other thing is as well. Let me show you the books. Look at these books we've got. We have got a ridiculous amount of books. This chest is basically full up now. And some of them are weird. Some of them are the weird ones we've got from fishing. So you do tend to get weird books from that. Weird combinations of books. But you can still use them. You just, you know, some of the enchantments are a bit wasted, that's all. But the other thing that I've been breeding loads of is villagers. We've got, librarians. So this guy here, look, Respiration 3 book, he does. He also does, I think he does Aqua Affinity, yes he does. And he does Depth Strider. That's how I've managed to get Depth Strider 3. So all I've done is trade up. 19 emeralds gets you that book. Buy 3 of those books, combine them. In fact, you need 4 technically. 4 of those books, combine them up, and that's Depth Strider 3. And then you can add that to whatever pair of boots you want. Oh, there we go. There's another librarian there. Don't run away. This guy does Protection 4. So my chest plates are always going to have Protection 4, and that's quite expensive, 52 emeralds. But he's also got Bane of Arthropods, which is rubbish. But he does Thorns 3. And again, that's quite expensive, but what a cool enchantment that is. What guy is this? This is that's the Respiration guy. We've done him. That's the... Fortune. There we go, the Fortune Man. Where is he? Stand still. Oh, I've lost him. Where is he? Is that one there? Here he is, the Fortune Man. The Fortune Man, he does Fortune 2, so a couple of those books, and you can have Fortune 3 on any pickaxe that you use. And then over here, we've got Blast Protection, which is meh, but he's got Infinity. So I'm always going to have Infinity bows from now on, and that only costs 12 emeralds. It's ridiculous. And we've also got another guy that does, he's got something really cool now, and I can't remember what it is. Is it this guy here? It might be this guy here. Oh, that's a butcher. This guy here. No, that's the same one. Can't remember what it is now. I can't remember what the enchantment is. Fire aspect. So there we go. Our swords can always have fire aspect on. And that one's dirt cheap. Look at that. 7 emeralds to get fire aspect. He also does Silk Touch. How cool is that? He does Silk Touch and he does Punch. Alright, Punch is pretty, you know, that's good. It's handy. It's handy for the bow and arrow. But yeah, Silk Touch. That means I can have Silk Touch shears, I can have Silk Touch spoon, Silk Touch pickaxe, Silk Touch anything I want now. Anything I want. And it's all come together from breeding these villagers, turning this has basically become the world's biggest trading hall. I've got basically these awesome villagers, and these are the ones that are making me rich. No, not this guy. Where is he? I can't remember which one he is now. One of the farmers. Here we go. This guy's making me rich. Look, 19 carrots, he'll give me an emerald. 9 pumpkins, he'll give me an emerald. He also does a trade on pumpkin pie. But yeah, there you go, melons. So all we've got to do is keep those farms going that I just showed you, the melon and pumpkin farms, and we've got infinite emeralds forevermore. Absolutely infinite. But somewhere around here there is one, and I can't remember which one it is now. But one of these guys around here, actually it's one of the brown coats. Let's try these. He's here somewhere. He's going to be this one, isn't he? Here he is. This is our Fletcher. As it happens, the trade's gone at the moment. So what I need to do is go through these 3 trades again, but it'll reopen his first trade. His first trade is 15 string for an emerald. So you've just seen the farm. If I come out of there with a double chest full of string, you imagine how many emeralds that gets. It's insane. Absolutely insane. So I have to say it. I am rich. I am Minecraft rich. It doesn't count in real life, unfortunately. If only I could somehow transport this money into real life, then that would change everything, wouldn't it? But no, in Minecraft, in this world, I am rich. I've got pretty much everything I'm ever likely to need, and what I haven't got, I can buy. So at the moment, the next mission really is to start finishing off this village once and for all, because we've been going for 25 episodes. This is obviously the 25th today, and over the next few days what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a lot more videos, because obviously there's a huge amount of work gone into what you've seen here. I've summarised it all today in a 20-minute video with a few edits to cut out my coughing fits. But yeah, when I take that all of that work and think about it, that's like hours and hours and hours of gameplay that I've not shown you, that I've not recorded. And yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed with myself, to be honest, that I've done so much work and you guys haven't seen it. You're seeing the results, which is cool, but I wish you'd seen a bit more of the work. So the next few episodes, to be honest, there's going to be a bit less... I'm not going to do a specific thing like a train station or a steakhouse or whatever. I'm just going to be playing the game. I'm just going to be playing the game as I have been for the last week or so, just so you can see how this all comes together. Because I've mentioned before, I've got these line marks out here where I want to put buildings. It's time to get on with it. It's time to get on with those buildings. Yeah, over the next week or so, maybe two, I'm just going to record a lot more videos, hopefully, if my voice will hold out, and just try to show you the work that goes on in Hollow Mountain and how we get to this stage. And then I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably look to end this season of Hollow Mountain, to be honest. We'll probably do a few more episodes, finish the village, but what we are going to do is we're going to stay in this world, I think. We'll start a season 2, but we'll start a new project. We'll move on to a new part of the world, yeah, maybe do something new. Maybe instead of building underground, we'll see if we can build something big and spectacular overground. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. We've still got a lot of work to do in this series, and yeah, like I say, hopefully you will get to see a lot of that work rather than me just running around talking about it like I have been today. But I'm going to cut the episode short here. You can probably hear my voice is still struggling. I'm struggling to keep my breath and stuff. But yeah, hopefully over the next few days I'll be feeling better, which will make making videos even easier. And it'll also mean that I can do some live streams. Live streams are definitely off the table at the moment. I can't do that. My voice won't last. But as soon as I can, I will. And hopefully you'll join me for those. And hopefully you'll also join me for episode 26. If you've liked this video, obviously hit all the buttons. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye!